The federal government shutdown could end as soon as tonight, but could have some dramatic consequences for, among others, the state's hemp industry. To discuss that and other developments in politics, we are joined now by the University of Houston's Renée Cross and Jeronimo Cortina. Jeronimo is also the co-host of Houston Public Media's Party Politics program. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning, Craig.
Okay, this deal, which the Senate has approved and the House is poised to vote on, would end the longest federal government shutdown in U.S. history, but among its provisions is language that would, in 1 year's time, ban almost all THC-containing hemp products nationwide. This comes just after that knockdown, drag-out fight here in Texas over this industry, an industry that generates some $8 billion in Texas each year, employs tens of thousands. These are products sold at thousands of retailers across Texas. Is it unusual to see provisions like this in what is essentially a stopgap spending plan?
Yes.
So what caused it? Why is this thrown in there?
Well, a number of Republicans, for example, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, are just completely against THC being legal in any manner. This is looked upon as more or less a cultural, moral issue. But no, I don't think this is a usual occurrence.
Was there any sign that this was going to be included in this? Had we seen it in previous continuing resolutions or spending plans or anything that was being floated?
No, it came out of left field just like that. And it's weird that you have this type of legislation inserted in a stopgap bill. That is not the purpose. I don't understand why, for example, the 8 Democrats that voted with the Republicans in the Senate agreed to such a measure, because this will have a significant impact not only in Texas, but in a number of states that rely on that industry. So it's... I don't know now.
Is it possible that there are provisions like this that someone attempts to sneak into every one of these? Like we've had however many votes taken in the Senate over the last several weeks. Is it possible with each of those previous continuing resolutions that maybe there was some language inserted, added to it, vote by vote, for all kinds of different things?
Absolutely. I mean, that has been a common practice, whether we're talking state or federal government. Folks are going to try to take advantage of, say, this humongous bill to get some little odd thing that they want passed.
And I guess we shouldn't characterize this, though, as a little odd thing, because there has been this formal debate and formal fight over it here in Texas over the last year. And that's not an insignificant
definitely
right?
Not the hemp issue.
Right.
But, there's other things that people will try to get passed that may affect their constituency.
The nationwide ban would take effect in a year, so that would give the industry 12 months to lobby Congress to overturn the ban. What are the chances that might happen?
Oh, it's going to happen. If it passes, it's going to happen, because they're not just going to sit down idle and see, okay, let's destroy our business or one thing or the other. So it's a matter of trying to think creatively in terms of public policy. And what it needs to be done is, what are going to be the measures, right, in terms of regulating this industry so it is safe, so it is profitable, and also for the states to get a profit through taxation or something like that. The fact of the matter is that this is an industry that is here to stay, whether it is legal and regulated or whether the black market is going to take over. It's not a way of we're going to ban it and everyone say, okay, perfectly, that's fine. No, the black market can start inching in, and that's going to be extremely problematic.
And we've got to remember that even if the hemp lobby comes in strong next year, that alcohol lobby is also going to come in strong, and they want to see hemp banned.
They see this as competition.
Absolutely.
Okay, to the rest of the deal, and I guess my next question is really the one that Jeronimo raised a few minutes ago. Why did a number of Senate Democrats agree to this spending plan that will only fund the government through January 30th? What do they get out of it?
I honestly can't answer that question.
Well, I mean, in theory, what they said, at least some of the senators have rationalized their vote and breaking up with the Democratic Party, or at least with Republicans in the Senate. And the reason behind that is that they're saying that it was enough, that the impact of the shutdown was being extremely hard on the American economy, beyond that of obviously for federal workers, that of course it is completely unfair that they're working without a paycheck. That's just preposterous to think about it. But again, that is the reason. This comes, as we know, a week after Democrats had a very good election night. Public opinion was behind them. Public opinion was not behind Republicans or the White House. So it is counterintuitive to think that there's going to be a vote. That's the promise that they said, we're going to vote about this thing. However, the House has said, I don't know if we're going to vote or not.
Right. So there's this promise of a vote on extending the Affordable Care Act subsidies for a year that, according to Senate leadership, they promise that vote will take place. There is no such promise in the House. Is there any reason to believe that House Speaker Mike Johnson would ever bring it up for a vote? What would he have to gain by doing so?
He is saying that he is going to bring it up.
Okay. All right.
No.
But I assume he must then also think that he has the votes to turn it down.
That's exactly right.
Got it. Some characterize this deal as a necessary compromise, that the Affordable Care Act subsidies were going to expire at the end of next month anyway, so there was a ticking clock there. At least there is some vote taken, something on the record. But others characterize it as Democrats capitulating to the Republicans, that they blinked, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, because there is no negotiation. There is no compromise, because compromise means I'm going to give you X, you're going to give me Y. Democrats gave X, but they did not receive Y. It's just a promise. And so far, we don't know if that promise is going to materialize, and we still need to see what happens in the House, number one. Number two, I guess the opposite side of things is you can say, well, this is just a battle, and the war is not over. And potentially, if Republicans vote down these subsidies, then they're going to be accountable to the American public. Again, that's an if, because we know now that the political reality in which we live is completely different. The way that the news or public positions are presented, it's just like that movie Wag the Dog Tales or whatever it was called. And that just creates an illusion with misinformation, with disinformation, in the way that maybe Republicans have thought of something that is going to escape. Because the fact of the matter is that this is part of the big, beautiful bill that President Trump wants completely intact. President Trump controls the Republican Party. Therefore, what is the likelihood that Republicans are going to go against the wishes of President Trump? Very low, in my humble opinion.
And I guess we should also reinforce that these Affordable Care Act subsidies have been due to expire for a while now. This was pandemic-related subsidies, and there was certainly, and this is the argument that Republicans have made all along through this, plenty of time to address it in some other fashion, and just wasn't addressed as this deadline closed in.
I do think that Democrats, on top of feeling the pressure of keeping the government closed longer and longer, I do think they're looking at this as the long game. You know, yeah, we can go ahead and perhaps extended even till September of next year. But what's 2 months after that, the election? I think, and this is something that people understand, so I think that could come back and bite the Republicans.
That's Renée Cross. She is Senior Director of the Hobby School of Public Affairs at the University of Houston. Jeronimo Cortina co-hosts Houston Public Media's Party Politics program. You can catch that Friday nights at 7:30 on News 88.7, Friday nights at 8 on TV8. It's available on YouTube as well and wherever you get your podcasts. He's also a political science professor at UH. Thank you both very much.
Thanks, Craig.